Hello, it's Ian McCauley here, and I'm back with another interview. I've got someone very interesting and very special with me today, and his name's Sean Connolly. A lot of our viewers will recognise Sean from TV. How do you describe what Sean does? Main guru, maybe sports psychologist, yes, motivational speaker, definitely. But without further ado, sure, I'll let the man himself tell you what he does. Sean, first of all, thanks very much for coming here today to speak to me. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Explain to our viewers what it is you do.
Well, I deliver a program that I have put together through 18 years of practice in therapies for human potential. I call the program Tools for Life, and what I do is I will go and work with an individual or groups and give them psychological tools on how to make their life better and help them to achieve what they want to achieve in life, whether that's to help their business grow, to do better in sports, or to gain better health if somebody's ill. What everybody's really looking for is a state. You know, if somebody approaches me and their goal is, you know, to do better at sport, or to, you know, have a bigger business or a new house or maybe a new partner, what they're really saying is, if I had that, I think I would be happier. So all I really work with is the space between their ears to help them achieve, because everybody has the resources. They might not know where they are. My job is to show them, let them feel them and experience them, and then give them an ABC manual of the brain on how they can achieve what it is they think they need.
Well, we'll get to some of that later, but tell us a wee bit more about yourself so as we can give our viewers a background. You're from West Belfast, aren't you?
Yep.
You're 42.
42 common.
You have 4 children, and your partner, your long-term partner, is actually from Ardown.
Yes,
Jackie.
yes.
You're an ex-pug. You've done a bit of boxing and coaching.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
Well, I started with Oliver Plunkett. I was 13. I think there was about 30 of us decided we were going to box. We went into secondary school. There was a lot of bullying, so we all decided, right, let's join the boxing club. First night we went down, couldn't move in the club, so Patsy McAllister put us all in the spar.
But
I was actually starting to, last club was in Holy Trinity. I was starting to really progress. He took me back to scratch, taught me a lot of ring craft and how to box like you're playing a game of chess. Then I got into bad company again and taken away. And
down a different road.
And I was saying to you earlier, a lot of my talks with children is to be aware of people trying to get you away from sport, because any type of sport will help a human being develop, and it will help them outside the sport, in school and in life in general, teach them discipline in that. But there is certain individuals who they will interact with outside the sport who maybe believe they haven't the resources to do well in anything in life. So rather than them trying to better themselves, they'll want to bring you down a couple of pegs. So they'll try and get the child to smoke or to drink or take drugs maybe.
Right.
So it's about educating the kids in sport that this is why they're doing that.
Right. Did you leave school with any qualifications or any trade?
No, I think I got O levels in art and geography. I didn't go into to finish the rest of the exams. I had a belief in school that I was stupid, because of had programmed me that I would only get a certain level and put limits on me. So if you have a belief that you can only do something or go so far, why even try?
Yes. And
again, I would see that a lot working with children. I have to find out their negative beliefs. If you don't believe that you can be a champion, why even try? Why put the effort in? So it's about working with belief systems and knowing where they are housed.
Well, there's a lot of people from my generation who have inferiority complexes. But what age were you when you went to Singapore and Thailand?
Well, when I stopped boxing and then I got involved in the coaching, I was probably a better coach. I'm very quick at spotting. I practiced therapies from Thailand and Chinese physiotherapy and kinesiology, so I'm very good at spotting the kinetic chain. And after that I started going to London. I was helping Paddy Fitzsimmons coach down at Dockers. It was a great experience with Paddy's old school, you know, hard as
Yes.
nails.
Yes.
Um,
Bit gregarious.
yeah, so I started going to London. I got interested in martial arts, and I started traveling. Went over on my own, just got money one day, got a ticket, and away I went to discover this fella, still training with him. And I
Where
started
was this, London
in
or
London.
London?
This guy had travelled all over Asia, lived
Right.
out there, and I'd read about him. He was a bare knuckle, he's a fighter for money and stuff, but he was a great healer as well, on therapies. So I went out and just knocked on his door and says, look, I read about you and I want to train. And I've kept going over, just any time I got the money. He taught me more about the mind and about healing and health. The Asian theory on health is completely different from the West.
Yes.
More prevention and how the emotions are linked to the organs in the body. Everything starts in the head, really, and about how the immune system is like a moving brain. So that's one of the other coaches. He was from Singapore, and he was telling me about the fire walking festivals and about all the things they could do, you know, mind over matter.
Yes.
So at that time, I was hungry for knowledge and
Right.
thought, right, you know, let's get out there and give it a bash, as you do.
Right.
So I didn't think it was going to be as intense when I first arrived.
And what age were you?
That was 1998.
Right.
1998, and I say I got out there. It was straight off the plane into these temples. He just brought me around. I didn't know what they were saying. It was all in Indian. Didn't know the rituals. It was 2 nights without any sleep. You had to roll on grit for a quarter of a mile. It was stuck to your body. So it was like
This is the Hindu
thorns.
festival firework you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a
leading up to
religious.
it.
It's
Yeah.
a religious festival. You see, it's like a penance for the
Yes.
Hindus.
And you
built-
were the first Westerner ever to do it.
Yeah, I didn't know that till afterwards. It was in all the papers. It's been going from 1848, because I remember after you had a 6 mile walk to do as well. You get whipped and stuff before you walked on the fire. It's 20 foot long. It's 2.5 foot deep, and there's 5,000 compressed logs on it. So it's like
Yes.
a furnace, and you sink into it. So a lot of the Indians didn't even walk on it. They pulled back, and I was exhausted. I'd no skin at all on my left foot before
Right.
I went on it. They'd come off in the footpath with the previous walk. I was totally exhausted. I was walking in, and an old man behind me, he had been doing it most of his life. He said, the first thing that's going to grip you in here, son, is fear, not the fire. He says, you have to remember, we don't do this for ourselves. We do it for our family or people who are sick or who are in need of prayer. This is
Yeah.
like a prayer. He says, think of somebody you know, or think of your children, throw the flowers and just walk, you know, and that's what it done. After 2 steps, the brain just wanted to close down. It was that intense. When I got off at the end of it, I thought that was it over, but the heat of the fire seemed to go up the bones. It stopped right about the top of the femur. All I could describe it like is like 2 blow torches up the centre of your legs, and again I wanted to collapse. I didn't know what was happening. I remember thinking I wish I could get out of my body.
Right.
And all the Indians were laughing and shouting, "No, this is good. This is your sins being cleansed." I was thinking, this is mad, you know. But next day I was fine.
Did you need hospital treatment?
No.
No.
No, there was no
Wow.
burns. Can't explain it. A lot of people have tried
Yeah.
to explain it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it worked.
Well,
you know.
you offer help with a wide range of things: pain management, anxiety, addictions, preventative healthcare, sleep disorders. Talk to me about that.
Well, I can work with a right range of what I would call irrational behaviours, and I would usually be the last stop. I would see a lot of people who come to my clinic after they've been through psychiatrists and whatever, maybe for years, and I've actually a couple of GPs referring me people now to do talks on what I call invisible stress, how you've your conscious everyday stress, and then you have unconscious stress, where it's stored in the part of the mind that performs over 5 million functions a second.